Okay, I just got my new Nesskoko Espresso machine, and I'm ready to give this a try. According to the instructions, I have already primed the machine, and then the gauge shows that there's pressure there, and you have to let some of the water out first. I did that already. So now it's at the point where it's just ready to brew. So it's on standby waiting for me to brew. The steam is off. I'm not doing steam. And so now I have some coffee grounds, and I have the, whatever you call this thing. And then this is the 2-cup. This is the 2-cup holder. So you put this in here, according to the instructions, and it has to be lined up. There's this little notch in there. And then it has to go right there in the front. There, and then you turn it a little. That way it doesn't fall out. Okay. And then you take your included scooper with the tamper on the other end, and we're going to get some coffee grounds here. This is espresso grounds, so this should work just fine. And I'm going to put this in here like that. Careful not to spill it all over the place. And then I'm going to tamp it down nice and firm. Okay. Alright, so that guy's done. And then you put this up in here. It has to start off to the left. So I'm going to find where it goes in. Let's see. Where does this go in there? Oh, there it goes. And then you bring it all the way, and then it locks it in. So now it's locked in there. Now, according to the description, it said that you can use a coffee mug. So this is not a huge coffee mug, but it's very difficult to get this in there. It's not going underneath. So the only thing I can think of is maybe put this in first, and then let's see here. Maybe I should do it like that, and then maybe this can go in there. No, this is not working. All right, so I can't use the coffee mug with this thing on here. So I'm going to take this whole thing off, which it did say that you can do that. And then that way, yeah, that can go in there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back in there. And then you lock it in like that. And then you put this underneath. And there's two little, this is where I guess the coffee comes out. And you could have two small coffee cups side by side so that each drip goes into each coffee cup. But I'm going to just try to do it all in one. All right, so it looks like it's all ready to go. Got the grounds in there, got the coffee. And according to the instructions, if you push this button once, it will be a 2-cup drip. If you push this button twice, it'll be a 1-cup. So I'm going to go ahead and just push it once for it to be a 2-cup. But I want to see how much coffee I get. So instead of the mug, I'm going to put in a measuring. This is a standard 1-cup measuring thing. So I'm going to put that in there. I just want to see how much coffee comes out. All right, so we're ready to go. I'm going to push it once to do a 2-cup. Okay, here we go. Okay, now it's making a noise. And let's see when the coffee starts coming out. There it goes. So this is the first time I'm using it. It looks delicious. And it says it should be done within 30 seconds, according to the instructions. Okay, the machine just stopped making noises. And now it looks like it's just about finished, and yeah. So that the light stopped blinking. I think it was blinking when it was brewing. So now just a few last remaining drips are coming in. But that's very disappointing. I mean, that's 2 cups I mean, that appears to be a quarter of a cup. And that 1/4 of a cup is supposed to be 2 cups worth of espresso. I mean, I don't normally drink espresso, so I'm not used to this. But that certainly does seem to be a very small amount for 2 cups of espresso. And granted, if you were to put milk in there or use the steamed milk device and add a lot of steamed milk, you could certainly fill up, you know. It's still dripping. So now I have to get a paper towel. And let's put the paper towel underneath. Oops. Well, it's still dripping. Okay. And so that's it. So that's what we get. We get a 1/4 of a cup. And that is supposed to be 2 cups of espresso. All right, well, I guess that's how this works. I thought it was going to be more. You know, I mean, I do like to put a little bit of milk in my coffee, but, you know, if I was to put this just into 1 cup, this would, it certainly looks empty in there. That's it. That's all the coffee you get. That's 2 cups of espresso. Well, all right. Well, so I guess that's how it works, and I'm not impressed. Not at all. I thought it would give me more. You know, I mean, I'd rather just use my traditional coffee machine with the pods. I get a pretty full cup when I use the espresso. I mean, when I use the standard coffee machine. So, well, anyway, so that's my review, and you know what? I don't think I'm going to be using this very often, but oh well. All right, well, if you want to buy it, go ahead and enjoy, and that's my review. All right, have a good day.
This is my review on the Nesskoko Espresso maker. First, ground up your coffee. Take your water container in the bag and fill it with water. Make sure it's filtered water to make sure you keep your machine working good. Next, take this out and fill with coffee grounds. After loading it with coffee beans, go ahead and insert it right back into the top. Next, after it gets to the espresso mark, go ahead and push the espresso button. For 2 shots, push twice. Next, you can get yourself a cup of milk, and you can steam it by pushing this button and letting it warm up to this area. Once you are done, you'll take your cup over here and put it in at an angle, and then turn on this knob. Now you got you a Nesskoko Espresso. Yum.
Alright. And watch it mess up. Two cups. 2 shot.